All right, Preston, can you see where you are?
Yeah.
Does everyone see? Is Camera Rock good? Okay,
Ooh, I didn't even know that guy was out there.
he's out there somewhere. I don't remember where he is, but he's out there.
Is Camera Rock not on? Oh, are you using Camera Rock computer, Will? Ah,
Camera Rock,
nice.
a little-
Wow.
Camera Rock can't see the entire field, but has a good field. All right, Preston. If I remember last time, you succeeded on one animal handling check on your last turn, the turn before this, and you were able to get them to start going.
I believe that's correct.
And now it is your turn again, and we will see what happens. Tell me what you would like to do.
We're trying to U-turn, baby.
Trying a U-turn. Okay.
We're going this way, baby.
Going that way. Okay. Let's see. I need you to make an animal handling check.
Cool.
Get all my sheets.
Uh,
Rocks incoming. Dude, come on.
5. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's. What are we rolling to public? Hiya!
That carriage is going somewhere.
It's going, and it's going forward.
That's fine. We're going places.
So I mentioned this before you got on. I did not take the time to unbuckle the carriage. So we're going to theater.
Oh, that's fine.
How far you get. So, let's see. You would have moved forward a little bit last time. So I'm going to move your character and the lizards forward to kind of represent where it's at.
Sure.
Or just this little block right here. This little block right here. You are about right there. It's actually gonna Oh.
Squish.
What is carriage damage?
Oh, that's on page 444.
Oh, well, thank you, Michael.
It's in the Ocella's manual.
I
The
love
appendix.
the visual I had at the bottom of like 20 characters and objects all moving 70 feet one direction. That was fantastic.
I wish it was that impressive, but I'm glad you have that visual. I'm just. It's not going well for that guy. You feel a slight bump in the carriage as it clearly rolls over somebody, and maybe hear
Speed bump.
the kind of exasperated cry of a dragonborn being crushed beneath a giant lizard and a couple of very large wheels. Is there anything else? So you got moving. That would be like your action.
Yeah, I want my. Let's see. Yeah. I don't remember. I think I recharged my web attack last time. I'll never find it. We're just gonna guess. Let's roll it now for fun. We'll just go with no. I need to get this guy out of here. So
Okay, because you had him restrained with the web before, right?
I don't think so. I want to say it missed.
Did it
Because I
miss?
think I tried it. I wanted to. Maybe he was restrained, and because I wanted to kick him off, and I don't think the kickoff went. Oh no, it looks like I did do a web, so he
It
probably is still
missed.
stuck. Maybe.
It looks
Oh
like the
yeah, it
web
was only a
actually
10.
missed. Yeah, it missed.
Yeah, so that's
No,
what it
you're
was.
still there. You're still there fighting him. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want my spidery friend to try to, I guess, grapple?
Okay. Yeah, it can try and grapple. That's going to be a strength on your part or athletics if your spider has athletics.
We'll just do. I can just do a strength roll.
Yeah. 14. Let's see. What's my Dragonborn's? Okay, he is going to use his athletics. 21.
Okay.
So he manages to hold off your spider. And is still free.
All right.
Alright. Belgon. Maybe you hear something pick up in the distance. Move. It's in the dark, so
Hey.
I don't
You
think
hear
it's
a Wilhelm scream as it rolls over the guy.
Yeah. You may have actually, if you look south, you might have actually seen a light get crushed by something,
Great.
along with maybe a
Great.
dragonborn. But
Totally
who knows?
Clearly another
encouraging.
full-size dragon down there, just a
I was
big
gonna
old
say,
dragon.
when dragons are involved, that's very encouraging, obviously. So what is this character right here? Is that another dragonborn, or what is
You
that?
see a heavily armored dragonborn. Even has a full helm covering his whole head.
Love that.
And he's
Love
also
that
very
for me.
covered in blood.
Okay, better.
Whose blood?
Like that.
Who knows? But there is blood.
Less good. Can I go ahead and make a perception or medicine check to see if I can how's he looking?
Yeah, and do a medicine. He doesn't look fresh, for sure. You can just tell, like, even without being able to see any cuts or anything, you can just tell by his movement. He seems, like he's been fighting and has been worn down a little bit.
Okay.
But very still menacing looking.
Good. And I'm assuming like it's brush here, but like I can see him, he can see me.
Yeah. At this range, yeah.
There's no sneaking.
No. Or at least you don't see his eyes because it's covered by his helm. But it's generally kind of like
but
he kind of looked like he's kind of looking around.
I mean,
And
there's
maybe
just
locked eye with a couple of you guys.
there's no good options, so we're gonna do the only sensible option and to bring the fight to him. I should have asked this last time. Do I have reach with my spear, or is spear a true 5-foot melee?
Spear, I believe, is just 5 foot.
5? Okay.
Sadly,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Right. Well,
But you're two-handing it, right? So it's a D8, I believe. Or would you
I am two-handing it. Yes. Yep. Yep. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to attack, and because I'm still learning this class, realized was attacking all wrong last time. That I can get a little better. I believe y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. A little better action economy going. So I will. Go ahead and attack with a booming blade.
Okay, as your action. Right.
Yep.
Okay.
And so it's still.
You attack with the weapon.
Yep.
Let's go.
You want to confirm that?
No!
Not confirmed. No cards drawn
But
tonight yet.
We
But it is still.
we are. Because we had this last time. Going to cast a thunderous smite. At first level.
Okay.
So I believe it should be 2d8 plus 4d6, correct?
Yes. Yep. That is
Okay.
correct.
Question: can you do that with already casting Booming Blade?
Yes.
Yeah, because
Cool.
Booming Blade's a cantrip.
Bonus action.
Sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I realized I'd been
That's dope.
screwing up. That doing the cantrip, I can still stack the smites on top of it.
That is so dope.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the 2d8s. Okay, well that was 1. I don't know whether. Okay, we're law of averaging today.
9 plus your strength.
Well, I'm gonna do the 4d6.
Right. Yeah, plus the 46 on top.
Plus my strength, which is trace.
Dang.
All right.
So
So that is 27 points of mixed piercing and thunder damage.
That's
And
huge.
he needs to make a strength saving throw.
strength save. What is his strength? Okay. $20.
Great.
So he takes the blow. He takes it hard, but not hard enough to slam him into the ground. So you said 27 points?
27 points of mixed damage. If the type matters, let me know. And he is sheathed. He is sheathed in booming energy until the start of my next turn. So if he moves 5 feet or more, he's going to take some damage.
Nice.
Okay. Good to know.
How sick would it be if that would have if you would have pushed him and it would have triggered the damage? That could be cool.
That would be a fun.
I don't know if that's how that works.
It
says willingly. Yeah.
Otherwise, that'd be just an insane
Way to stack it up. Yeah.
You did miss some damage. You got me reading the spell.
I'm
You're
I'm sorry.
5th level or your 5th level or higher.
Not of that class.
It doesn't matter.
So...
Cantrips are overall.
Oh.
A little more
do
damage.
Not care about class.
Oh.
Cantrips are like proficiency. They're just overall level.
Okay. Well, that's fun. So it gets 2 more d8. Am I reading that right?
Yeah, actually.
Oh, because it's a crit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick. Holy.
Oh.
That's a lot of damage.
So when you go in to stab him with your spear, with your might as a paladin, not even trying to go for a weak spot, you just have this incredible force behind your thrust, just straight into the breastplate, and with your thunderous smite, you just see it cave in completely. And you just see blood start pouring out from the crevices around the plate and onto the ground. He's standing there for a moment, and then suddenly just falls forward,
Nice.
having struck him down with that single blow.
Does he have a shield by chance?
Let me see what he was. No, he.
Fill for that corpse.
Yeah.
Are you looking at what he was carrying?
Yeah.
Okay. You notice on him there's a heavy crossbow slung across one of his shoulders, and then what he was holding was a halberd.
Probably taking that forward.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if can I do that with a free action or my bonus action.
I mean, use your bonus action. But yeah, I would say
Oh,
you would
yeah,
have
you're
to
right.
you would have to obviously drop the spear to pick
Okay.
up the halberd.
All right. Well, I forgot to use my bonus action, so I'll just take my free action to be like looking at the rest of his equipment, since I'm out of movement anyway. So that can be my turn.
Okay. Tyrion's turn.
I just looked over at the Discord and saw Preston's name and started laughing.
Oh.
You haven't seen that? It's been like that for the last few weeks. It's
I know,
amazing.
no, it's just like that. I looked over and I saw Preston sitting there, and then I saw the name underneath him. So, that was good.
Centurion does something I don't think anybody can see. Resistance members. What resistance members do I have left?
One
There's probably like
for the dragon.
1,000 of them out there.
I
Just
think
so
there's
many.
the last one.
Please.
I think
Let's
last
go.
I saw there were 8 surrounding the Centurion, right? All with Vorpal swords.
Oh, you wish. You wish. This one kind of looks. If anybody would see, he kind of looks around, thinks of his duty, and he will actually going to shoot once at the dragon,
That's a mistake, my man.
missing, and then we'll run this way.
Where are you going, my man?
Who knows?
Great question.
Oh yeah, this guy.
Got that one and that one.
Running south. Then there was one next to Preston, sitting in the on the carriage with them. He's going to attack your spider. Try and shove him off.
It's rude.
Well, he thinks your spider is rude. Alright, 20 to hit.
Yeah.
8 points of damage.
Boo.
Just throws your spider off after it tried to grapple him and immediately goes in. Doing unfortunate things to your dear spider friend. And then we'll turn to you. Try to stab you.
Extra rude. I believe that misses. That misses.
Ward you off. Don't think I have any other dragon guys. Oh, I have him. Alright, Brielle.
The guy to my east he's running south.
Yeah, you see him just run straight south.
Cool. And then I don't see anyone around me other than the people that I know are at least killing dragons. The resistance members that are down on the ground, can I see if they're carrying any weaponry?
Sure. There's this one right here, and this one right here.
You want an investigation if I would or not?
I mean, what are you just looking for? Like,
I mean, I have a dagger. I'd like a sword or something. If they have anything like longer, I'd just scoop something up. I know I'm not going to be able to like take a bunch of stuff off of them that I'd probably like to, but like if they have a sword laying on the ground or something, if I could scoop it.
In each of their hand, well, in one of their hands. So in this one's hand, you see a heavy crossbow.
Okay.
To find anything else, you'd have to get a little bit closer. Just the way he fell, and the general light at the time.
I'll go.
You see, was holding some sort of sword.
Okay, I'll just go straight to that person. With my move. And yeah, if they've got a sword or something, I'll scoop whatever it is just so that I have it. And those people around me would see a sword. I mean, maybe see a sword get picked up into the air and then just vanish because I'm invisible.
And you would know it's a short sword.
Okay, cool. That's good. Just have a little something. Be nice. Other than that, I'm just gonna kind of keep putting that on me. Moving towards the outside, but like the whole time. Just kind of keeping my eyes on the one with the box, the strange robotic thing carrying the box. Yeah, I'm basically trying to follow that person, but I'm also trying to make sure I survive. And now that dragon getting killed was really good. Dragonborn. I did not expect that to take one turn, but I think that's it for now. Just kind of moving, trying to get out of here.
It's a very good hit by maybe a future friend.
Yeah, that was very sick. So, one to befriend that person.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be a very good friend to have.
Yeah, very, very useful, very good.
The old veteran, the old man. No one sees him. He's doing something. That guy's dead. The dragon.
It's also dead.
dragon. Dragon's looking north and looking south. Runaway carriage. Nor is the resistance member that failed to hit it. And starts flying south.
Godspeed, Preston.
Preston had rear view mirrors right now.
Feeling there's some audible cues.
Yeah, you might hear some flapping wings right now. Let's actually get a recharge going. Actually, yeah. Imagine straight out of Jurassic Park happening right here.
Let's go faster. Let's go faster.
Does not recharge her breath though.
Of that.
I can take her off. She ran off the map. Speaking of people that ran off the map, Saber and Estelle.
All the way to another continent.
Yeah. Into the darkness. Good old Mimi.
So, can you describe what I'm seeing?
This is a very good moment for that.
Because while we're on session 3, some might say the thing that normally happens at the beginning of a D&D campaign still hasn't happened. So, what am I looking at?
Good try to
Huh?
more.
Oh boy.
This track is particularly loud.
Huh?
both vanish, turn invisible. If he's willing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I would even. I'd be processing still. So I don't think I would just kind of like let it happen.
You just hear an audible "fuck."
Only invisible people could see each other.
Yeah, they really should. They really should make that a thing.
All right. It is Preston's go.
Up.
You may be somewhat aware something is chasing you now.
Yep.
Something large with big wings flapping.
So is the cart gonna keep moving if I don't direct it? Because like we're moving, right?
Yeah,
is it
the
gonna stop?
lizards seem like they're going.
Sweet. Okay. Where's my spider?
Which spider?
This spider. The one that you killed last turn. Is it still on the cart?
Yeah, it's on the cart, like fell on its
Great.
back, legs curled up.
Okay. We're just gonna like climb up and over this guy, like on the cart.
Okay, so you're like standing
And
on top of the cart now.
either
just
that or
like
like holding on to like the
edge.
backing, I guess.
Yeah, because these are tall. This is a tall carriage, so there is space for you to kind of like be above him.
I just need to get into touching distance of my dead spider friend. Whether I have to go over
yeah, you can
Dragonborn
kinda-
or whether I just like shove him out of the way for a second.
You can kind of climb, given the nature of what you can do. You can climb, kind of to sit right above him.
Great. Okay, cool. I'm studying you this because the way I read it, I can just touch my spider friend and it's back alive. Never mind. I lied. I didn't read far enough.
Okay, I think we might have talked about that before too.
Yeah, there was
Classic, always missing the last
it's very
line.
it's
Very
like
easy to
the
do.
first sentence makes you think it's instant, and then as you keep reading, it's like actually no, it's not. And you're like, why didn't you just say so at the beginning? You're burying the lead here.
I know they are.
They love that. Last line of the spell is always like, also, by the way.
Yeah, it's like you
Here's
can use your
something-
action to resurrect your thing, and then like 3 sentences later, it's like this takes a minute. You're like, why is that down there?
Why does it not lead with that?
Like,
No.
Right. Yeah. So we're gonna try to animal handle again, and we're gonna make a sharp right and try to just barrel ourselves into the forest. Find some cover. Yes, over here towards this giant tree shrub thing. It's on the map.
All right. You're a little you're parallel to it right now, so that may be hard to do a sharp turn directly.
I mean, it's like a looping turn.
Go ahead.
We're not just gonna 90-degree angle this thing.
Make your animal.
Although we could put this cart on 2 wheels. We can go. We can drift a little.
Let's see how well you can command
drift.
Well, baby.
You're starting to get a little bit more knack of how these lizards handle. They're able to crack the reins just right. And you get them to make a sharp right turn, veering
due west. Oh, hell yeah.
And let's.
I want to be able to see in the darkness so much.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while, I can just see a bunch of lines
And
appear.
they speed up a little bit too.
Let's just keep sending you
So-
screenshots.
The lizards actually dash that time.
And they're off to.
Good screenshot.
Amazing. So good.
All right, that was your action to command the lizards.
Yep. And I don't know if I have much of a bonus action that I can do much with right now. So I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, we've turned a cart.
Cart has been turned.
Suck it, dragon.
All right, Belgon. You're invisible, and you had a.
Yeah. More importantly, I was
Yeah.
just talked to by a robot. I don't know if I need to make a history check or if you can just tell me, like, would I have encountered something like this before?
You can make a history check.
Okay.
You have not encountered something like this, but you have heard something like this back where you came from. You might have had old tomes that spoke of ancient gnomes making constructs, and this kind of makes you think of that a little bit.
Okay.
But like Will described, it's way more streamlined than you would have imagined. Like it feels much far.
Yeah, I would have assumed it would look like the Iron Giant, and this looks like the love interest from Wall-E, so to speak, right? Like that's just kind of the leap that we're making.
Yeah, that sort of
Very,
leap of like this is
medieval,
this is
basic, clunky to, oh no, this is the Terminator 1000 with liquid metal. That's the
yeah, this is many. Looks like it's been, it's been iterated upon. It's several generations, or this is Mark 7 or whatever you want to call it. It's been fine-tuned to this sleek design.
okay.
But the gnome books were the only thing, or the books that talk
Okay.
about ancient gnomes was the only thing that comes to mind about something similar. And dwarves might have had some rudimentary construct making, but nothing like this, or nothing like what the gnomes supposedly.
I was gonna
had.
say nothing that I would have ever seen in my lifetime either.
No.
Well, I'm glad my life has value, friend. And I know I'm invisible now, right? Because like I can't.
Yeah, you
yeah.
can't see your own hands.
Mm-hmm. And it's now invisible, so I'm assuming you did that. Thank you. Any I don't know if you were. I'm just talking to myself now because I don't even know if you're here. I'll just kind of call out if you're against the dragons, you're with me, friend. And Brielle, maybe you heard that. I don't know. I'm not trying to be quiet. I'd like to do an investigation now that I'm invisible to get a better lowdown of what my downed enemy is carrying and what I can maybe take with me or pilfer or what have you.
Yeah. Go ahead, make an investigation check.
Done.
Oh, you did. 16.
Someone
yeah,
dumped int everybody.
Like I said last time, you definitely find heavy crossbow, the halberd. Um, you also find a sack filled with kind of various, looks like written things, all written in Draconic. And
Okay.
in that sack, you also find a small amount of coins. Looks
Great.
like mostly silver, a little platinum, and you also find a gemstone.
Hey, well, we're we're just coming out great here. What's the armor situation? Do I think I could get any of it off, or is
No,
it pretty? Nope. Okay.
if you could manage to get this caved-in plate
Breastplate
armor
off.
off, it is not
Yeah.
your size, and it looks very much made specifically for a dragonborn.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well,
It would,
I
yeah.
will be taking halberd and that sack for sure.
Okay.
Um,
Put it in the sack. You can count.
and if I can,
later.
I'd love to throw that heavy crossbow in the sack with all the other, just in kind of Santa my way.
The crossbow won't fit in the sack, but you could. It has a sling. You could sling it across the shoulder.
Oh, done. Great.
Yeah, it's
All right,
it's a
well,
heavy crossbow, so it's a big thing.
big honker.
Big
Okay.
honker. Yeah, yeah.
All right. I will take possession of those three things and um. Oh man, the temptation to go look for my stuff is overwhelming, especially now that I'm invisible.
You look back at the burning cart.
Is this bro still alive?
Which bro? You technically wouldn't be able to see him.
Oh, okay. Got it.
He's on the other side of the cart, or on the other side of the fire.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll ask a meta question because my character would know and I wouldn't know. How hard is it to like acquire or make a holy symbol to use as a arcane focus? Like, is it a situation where like my character knows like, oh, there's not, that's really important, or it's like, oh, I could, make one later and pray over it or something like that. Like, is that what kind of scarcity am I dealing with? Maybe that's a good way of asking it.
A religion check. There's a good chance that you would know how to. Yeah. You wouldn't be able to make it quickly, but yeah, it would involve some sort of like hour ritual or something like that, and you can make something rudimentary for sure.
Okay, gotcha. So it's not. It doesn't have to be the adamantium from the seventh planet and super specific. Got it. Cool.
No, just however, whatever your quality of yours was, may be hard to come by one of that similar quality. At least, visually and aesthetically.
Okay, but not affecting my spell casting.
No, yeah, you would just have to
Yeah.
make a new one. We can
Yeah,
figure that
okay.
out in a little bit.
Yep, that's fine. All right, I will quit while we're ahead, and as I'm moving, I don't know if you're still here, strange creature, but we should probably get out of here. I'm gonna head west if you wanna follow, you're welcome. I'll go that way. Well, you didn't kill me, so that feels like a good foundation. I'll call out as I'm hustling to the west by northwest.
All right. That is Belgon's turn. Turian. Preston would hear this. Preston, you hear the sound of another carriage starting to move somewhere east from you.
Okay.
It runs. Soldiers. Preston, the one next to you is going to attack you twice.
Both hit.
Ready? Total of 13 piercing damage.
Okay.
Oh, what does the old man do? All the NPCs go in a row. Preston, you will
Me.
hear knocking from the other side of the board behind you.
Okay.
You hear a gruff voice. We gotta find a way to shake that dragon. I don't know who you are, but we gotta lead him away. And that is all you hear. Dragon. Does not get its breath weapon back, but will land on top of the carriage. And you now see the dragon's head looking down on you.
Hi.
Trying to take what's not yours. Grow too feisty. And will then Bite, claw, claw.
Oh no. Oh no. How's that old HP doing there, Preston?
We're fine.
20, 22, and 21.
All three will hit, I believe. Yeah.
Bite first is going to be. Ooh, very low damage.
Okay.
7 points
Great,
of piercing.
great. Love that.
Plus 3 points of cold damage.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Then the 2 claws. $10 points and 6 points.
Great.
I rolled
Okay.
really
Great.
low.
Loving that. If that's what we have to sign for.
I
that's
feel
what
like
we
that
have
was
to
kind of the best we could ask for. I don't know how the HP is looking on your end, but I feel like those rolls were pretty helpful.
See. Yeah, we're okay.
27 points of damage got 31. 33 points of damage got left on the board there. So
Wow. Yeah, that could be easy.
Could have been much worse.
yeah,
But
those
now you
D10s especially.
gotta get out of there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mimi. Okay. All right. Just 3 invisible friends, one of which they don't know is their friend yet. Go off in a similar direction. We'll come back around here. Just let me know if there's anything additionally specific, because you're basically going off the map on your coming turns. So.
Yeah,
But before your turn, got Preston.
Oh,
I know
that's
his token's still hidden on the turn order because
Yeah, yeah.
his reasons.
Oh, I know the reason. I saw the token.
Someone got a
the
glimpse.
Belgon's eye line for the briefest of moments, and Marshall is excited.
Okay, Preston. You have a dragon that just bit and clawed you. Sitting on top of the carriage.
Yeah. We're gonna knock on the backboard and just be like, well, about that dodging thing. Like, is it how heavily of a force do we get towards the west?
Oh, this is like this tree next to you. It's imagine like trees in like a grassland or a savanna.
You're the
Very
worst.
spread out. You can see in the distance and there's a forest a few miles away.
Miles.
A few miles to the west.
Thanks.
Okay. We So we're not going to do an animal handling check.
They're still going
Oh.
forward.
Yeah. But we're just going to give the reins one really rough crack, trying to make sure that they stay going forward, if not speed up.
Okay.
And then we're going to try to climb, not try, we're going to climb, if I recall, there are doors on the side, so we're going to climb around to my right on the side and then try to get into the door and figure out, one, not get in line of some more teeth and claws, and then also get inside to potentially talk with whoever was inside.
You will know when you go inside the door, you will be leaving the dragon's reach. Meaning attack of opportunity.
Fine.
Okay, just making
yeah,
sure that's
brother.
clear. Okay. Yeah, it is going to bite you as an attack of opportunity. $19.
That'll hit.
16 points piercing damage and 4 points of cold damage.
Okay. Drops me to there.
Need
Yeah.
to be in bottle cap range there, Preston.
Nah.
Don't forget about the saving throw stuff you can do to dodge stuff too. If
Yeah.
if that helps.
Yeah. No, we're okay.
You're inside the carriage, out of line of sight of the dragon,
Mm-hmm.
at least for now. And you're looking around inside.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my way towards like the front of the car and figure out which cell the whatever is was talking to me is in.
Okay. Just so you can have a little bit of visual. Be this dude. You can tell he's older, bearded, human male, in plate armor. He looks beat up. Looks haggard. I was not expecting that, but you're not a dragon, so I think you're a friend. Were you the one
Yeah.
driving?
I was trying to drive, and yeah, I wasn't expecting this either. It happens, but we'll work through it. It'll go away eventually, I think. But yes, was driving. We're headed west until they stop. I was trying to get to the forest, but it's further away than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's a bit of a jaunt.
Yeah, and now the dragon's on top of our cart, so I'm up for assisting you, and vice versa. I know there were some other assailants that were attacking the dragon before it decided to try to stop the cart that I was trying to not steal, but also used to get away?
I'm glad it went after us and not them.
Well, okay.
Now, that may not be what you wanted to hear, but yes, we weren't here to save you.
Ah, so you're aware of they're here to save you?
No, I came here with others to save a very specific person. I believe she's gotten away. Because thanks in part to you. Gestures around to the carriage.
Yeah, well. So how do we get out of here?
I'm not sure we do. But he's looking around. Gonna try and poke its head in here in a second. Guarantee that. I am a little out of tricks for how to stump a dragon right now. So we could always do one thing, which is we bail at a certain point after maybe a distraction, run in different directions.
I'm not opposed to that. That's not unlike what I was thinking as a last-ditch resort.
And, just so you know, you might be a friend and you might be able to help those that I came here to save. Kind of, hoping that certain dragon isn't listening too hard in on this conversation. If you manage to break free of the dragon, go into the forest. That's where we're supposed to go. We have a rally point there.
Okay, noted. Is there anyone else in the other carts that you know of that needs saving?
I got the signal that what we came for, we got.
Well, all right then. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance. Maybe not for both of us, but for one of us. And you'll have to wait for his turn for him to do something.
Cool. I think with a bonus action, I'm gonna heal as long as I can
Uh,
with a spelly spell.
Think we said that was okay.
I cast Animal Friendship,
Oh,
but you had specifically asked like what spell was I casting, so I wasn't sure if that meant you were looking for like non-offensive spells.
Yeah,
If
I'll
I
say
can't
you
cast
can
this,
cast it.
okay, I was gonna say if I can't do that, I can heal a different way. It's just
We need
actually,
we need to nerf this later. We can.
my guess is it will just because the HP pool is a little absurd for.
Yeah, didn't necessarily. Maybe we forgot to look at that. But it's fine.
What is this? That's a D8 versus. What is this little guy? Plus spell mod. Okay. Yeah, we'll just cast Healing Word on myself for at second level. Boing.
All right.
Woo!
Okay, that's it.
That's the turn.
Belgon. What do you have going on? Anything besides running northwest-ish.
I think before I commit, I'm gonna turn and look in that cart. Look at the cart from where I'm at.
Which
How
the
on
burning cart?
the one on fire? The one on fire. I guess Belgon doesn't even know where his stuff would be, so that's much more of a meta thought. So yeah, no, he
Okay.
he will have to either recover or rewrite the tome. Yeah, he'll run ahead. He'll head west, and I don't know if he could hear the alien robot go past him, but every like 5 to 10 minutes, he might like stop and like tap on a tree for like 10 seconds, just to see if his alien friend can hear the noise and like will know what direction he's going.
Good enough.
Who knows? Maybe another invisible friend will hear said noise and choose to follow him.
This guy. Exit combat. Combat at this point. Preston, you could probably hear the Imperium soldier on the other side. Sounds like it's grabbed hold of the reins.
Yep.
And is trying to yell some sort of command in Draconic. So unless
Oh,
can you understand Draconic?
it's a great question. Let me look at a different sheet. No. Pretty sure I cannot.
You hear some sort of command called out in Draconic. Okay, Buriel.
My plan is to head towards cover, and if I happen to hear any noises or see any like brush moving, I'm looking for invisible folk because I saw them vanish, and I was trying to follow that metal man.
See grass move and
Yeah, if I see any leaves moving, any like grass twigs move,
mostly
grass.
grass out here,
Yeah.
and the grass is of a height. If someone's paying attention, they could probably notice where people are moving.
So yeah,
Same goes for the other invisible folks. Also, like how obvious this will kind of go for all of you. How obvious you're trying to make yourselves be found by other invisible people, as at least two of you are friends and are probably trying to stick together. At least
yeah. I'm just
my
basically
assumption.
trying to follow them as much as I can tell where they are, and also just head towards cover, which I assume that's what they're doing. The woods seem like our best escape. That's it. Yeah, double moving, etc., etc. Maybe looking over my shoulder to make sure there's not a dragon flying towards us or anything. But
Don't see a dragon flying towards you right now, at least. Maybe we'll get back to that in 10 minutes.
nah, let's just keep it this way.
Okay. To old man. Gerald. He looks back at you. I'll go first. And He jumps out southward. Actually, no. Pushes past you, jumps out northward, and does a dead sprint. Yelling obscenities at the dragon as he does. Dragon's turn. Dragon's gonna make another decision. And also get his breath weapon back. Sees the old man running and looks surprised for a moment, but knows that's not what went into the carriage. Knows something else went in there that looked very different than a human. And describe to me where you're at inside the carriage.
I mean, I would have been. My assumption was that guy was in a cell.
Yeah, he was kind of in a cell. Yeah, so you guys weren't like at the doorways.
Right.
But he did
So
push
was
past
his
you
door
to move
open?
out. Both doors were open on like his cell door open.
Yeah.
Yeah, his cell door all like he wasn't he didn't look like he was handcuffed or anything. He just
Oh, so he was
knocked
just
on like an
chilling.
already opened door.
Huh.
In fact, yeah, you actually found him in your original cell.
Oh, interesting. Could have questioned that. Oh well. Yeah, I mean, I would have been like out in the hallway, probably peeking my head around the corner to trying to find him, just to avoid any initial shock, I guess. So I presume I'm probably just out in the hall, probably in front of that cell that he was in. So probably roughly in the middle-ish of that card, if I recall where my cell was.
All right. Good to know. You hear the sound of like a dragon breathing. Not not a breath weapon breathing, but just like the snorting through the nostrils. It gets a little bit louder, and you can maybe see the tip of the snout like reach the edge of the hallway, um, but then pulls back, and you feel this weight lifted off the carriage as it rocks momentarily. And as it does, you hear it say something in Draconic that you don't understand.
Hey.
Uh, here. Something happens. I don't think anyone can see what's going on out there now. Everyone's too far away or behind hallways. Mimi. You're the last person I think to address with the ongoing running into the night that's invisible. Anything you're doing while this is happening? Are you making like yourself known enough to your invisible compatriot? Okay. Right.
There's that wizard rogue out there, though.
Wizard rogues. All right. Preston.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, turn order is much shorter now.
Cool. Cart is still moving and/or has not stopped yet.
Yes.
Okay.
You can make a perception roll if you want to try and feel out what's going on.
Sure. There.
Hard to tell. It seems like the cadence might have changed a little bit
Cool.
than when you had the reins.
Okay.
But you're also, it's going more off-road too, so it's a little hard to tell whether it's speeding up or slowing down.
Okay, so I mean, all I want to do is try to time it to where I guess if it seems like it's slowing down, turning, basically not following in the same direction, which I'm not assuming or I'm not expecting it to continue doing. I want to try to basically just jump out when it's somewhere close to like being parallel to the tree, and then just run to the tree.
Okay. Yeah, you'll be able to kind of do that as it's passing by the tree.
Cool.
How, like, are you trying to get into the tree or just
Yes.
like up into the tree or just like at the trunk?
Definitely trying to climb the tree if there's like no like. In a perfect world, there'd be some like fun little underground root things that I could climb into, but otherwise, no. I'm going up into the tree.
Okay. Yeah, just give me an acrobatics check as you jump
I have. Okay.
from the thing. See how well you get into
Yeah.
the tree.
That is here. That's Dex. Is that any better? Nope. It's a wash.
Acrobatics or athletics? I guess if it's just kind
Oh
of
no, acrobatics all the way, sir.
Oh yeah. Easy enough for you. You managed to catch one of the branches and kind of flip yourself up into the canopy of the tree.
Sweet. I also have a climbing speed.
Yeah, once you're in there,
For what it's worth.
you're fine. You're fine. I knew you had a climbing speed, but there was a gap to cover.
Fair enough.
And yeah. Anything else once you're in there?
No. I am gonna send you a message about. Yeah. I'll send you a whisper.
Okay.
But no, we're just going to be in there and we're basically kind of going to try to observe and see where the cart goes, see what the dragon's doing, and ideally, if the dragon flies away, I would like to try to move northwest-ish in a stealthy-ish manner.
Okay.
But yeah. trying to just get away from here and hope the dragon doesn't realize that I'm not in the cart no more,
I think it's safe.
or that the driver didn't see me, which I wouldn't see how he could, but who knows?
Go ahead and have you make a stealth check. Just.
Sweet. What is it? Oh yeah. Where's D20? It's this plus 9.
Okay.
15?
15. Noted. I think it's safe to exit initiative. I have basically evaded. Preston, you will notice that the carriage does soon stop. The dragon comes back with somebody in its mouth. You notice it meets up with the carriage. And you would see them investigate, look throughout the carriage on the inside after it stops. They're mostly speaking in Draconic, so you can't understand what they're saying. They do notice 2 people are brought out. Human and some sort of elf. And then are quickly shoved back in. And the carriage gets back on the road and starts going south, while the dragon goes up high into the sky and starts just flying around, making big, sweeping kind of patrols. Not in like in big swaths of land.
Right.
So it's not just like circling 100 feet above this spot. It's like going off like for a mile in this direction, circling.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I think I would do my best to time it to where I know it's probably going off to some distance to like the south, southeast, east-ish direction, and then run opposite as best I could before it comes back, and then try to find some other shrub or tree to hide behind. I'm shrub hopping.
You would notice your best opportunity would be when it would go south, because it does not really venture east that much from the road when it's making these patrols. It seems
Okay.
to be somewhat aware that those who have escaped have generally gone either north, west, or south. But you would be able to find a spot where the dragon was of a distance south that you would be able to start making your way northwest. How long were you wanting to wait before? Like, were you just waiting for the first opportunity, or were you?
I definitely think I'd be watching just to kind of see like what its pattern. Because my first assumption would be, yeah, oh, it's circling, trying to see if like there's anyone else nearby. But then once I see that it takes much wider or flies off more in the distance, I'd be like, oh, it's just kind of doing a general maybe it's not actually scanning for me or something else. It's just kind of just doing a fly around while everything else gets put back into place. It's supervising maybe. So I think, yeah, maybe just a couple minutes until I realize that, oh, it's taking these larger loops and start realizing there's a pattern-ish to how far it's flying off. And then I would go, after I see it, probably do it maybe like 2 to 3 times and be like, oh, okay. Pretty sure it's going to keep doing these really long, lengthy circular loops, patterns, that sort of thing.
Right. With that, let us take our classic 8:41 break, and we'll come back and see where everyone's at after having escaped.
And maybe do introductions. Maybe.
third session in.
Nah, it's too early.
You're all invisible.
I still haven't even described my
You can't see
character.
nothing.
Yeah.
You continue to hide from each other. All right. Well, I think we should pick up with the trio of invisible people. As after about an hour, they you would not quite make it to the forest yet before it runs out. It's a little bit farther than like 3 or 4 miles. Um, so those who cast the spells would know when they would start running up, and could make plans accordingly.
Not me. Has the
Um,
dragon
Okay,
passed
yeah.
over us at any point?
Yeah, everyone in the invisible party make perception checks.
Hell yeah, baby.
Oh,
It's very dark, and there are some clouds.
there's some clouds.
focused.
Some dragon shaped.
I'm focused.
Some conspicuously dragon shaped clouds.
It's the path. It's the path ahead of me, and nothing. Oh wow, 3 straight D20 rolls. Love that for us.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Not no strong perception right here.
I was gonna say a lot of whiz dump stats if I ever saw it.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I rolled great.
Brielle, you would notice at least once dragon would fly over you, and a little bit of ways, like about a mile, half a mile away to the east of you, it would actually make landfall, and you would see it sniff the ground. And then take back to the sky and make a slightly different. Notice like it changes its patrol, kind of honing in.
Hate that. Hate that. You said about 4 miles still to go.
Yeah, 3 or 4 miles to go. By the time your invisibility would run up,
Yeah, which is upcoming.
which would be at this point minutes.
Imminent. Yeah. Looking around, I'm still kind of like following the 2 paths that I can, as much as they're showing themselves to each other. But also obviously like keeping track of the dragon, seeing their interaction. Like I don't necessarily think she necessarily heard much or all, but like definitely saw the dwarf fuck up that dragonborn, which is massively good. And then saw, I think currently from her perspective, she thinks they maybe knew each other before. I think she's currently thinking like that might be the dwarf's construct or something. Just like the way like it walked up, it put its like hand on like stab, put its hand on him, and then they both vanished. I think she's like, they have some connection. Like maybe that's the dwarf's like shield guardian, etc. Something along those lines. Because she doesn't really have like a she doesn't know what that thing is exactly. So that's her best apparent answer. Like that dwarf seemed powerful to some extent. Like maybe that's where that happens. So she's trying to follow them as they go. So she's thinking like, okay, friend or like enemy of my enemy or whatever, like. So as she knows that this invisibility is coming to an end, and she suspects there's is two.
Yours would end.
Mine would
12
end,
seconds?
yeah, before for sure. Yeah,
I think there was
yeah, 2 or 3 rounds
two or
probably.
three rounds. Yeah.
As I'm within the last couple minutes probably, and or we're closing in on the forest. Um, um, she would probably kind of quietly but loud enough for them to hear, like, call out. Don't be alarmed. I've escaped as well. I know you're there. I know you're invisible. I am too. I am checking my spell to see if I can 3rd level or higher. You can target one additional creature. I can't do all 3 of us. We need to make it to the forest. Can you do that again? What you did? And I mean, I don't know if they stop in their tracks or what. Hearing someone call out of nowhere after however long it's been.
Yeah, I
Close
definitely
to an hour.
stop because of a voice I've never heard before calls out, and I mean my my passive of 10 perception. I don't think it's safe to say I could have picked up on another person following behind. So I probably I'm wielding my halberd and kind of just like standing around. I don't know if you let yourself like become visible. Because like
I
you
haven't.
get what 10 seconds.
I haven't
you-
yet, but it'll be within the next 20 seconds probably.
and like you're like 10 seconds ahead of Will, right? So
Yeah, not
nothing
long.
crazy. Who's there? Wait,
Another prisoner.
are you you're not the creature? You're not the thing? The construct?
She'll drop invisibility with her hands kind of like up to show like she is in rags, and looks.
Yeah, do you mind describing yourself again?
Like yeah. So yeah, she drops the invisibility. Her hands are kind of extended in the air. She's like 5 foot tall, maybe a little over. Frail looking, but like also like kind of built. Like you can tell, like she's not like weak looking. She's kind of like a gymnast build, short, dark hair, kind of like short, chopped at an angle towards the front. Really dark, like black hair, dark eyes, very pale skin, and then everything that's exposed, which I assume is a lot, just because she's in rags, basically like prisoner rags. Like all her exposed skin is like covered in tattoos, black and red tattoos. Everything that's like that would be covered up if she was wearing clothes, like full clothes. It's like basically like a bodysuit from like neck all the way to her wrist. She looks human, but maybe half elf, like elvish features, like very like angular. And yeah, her hands are just extended. She does. I guess she's probably holding. Like she doesn't really have a belt pouch or anything, but she's holding a short sword and a dagger. But it just, you can tell that it's stuff that has been fucking like just gathered as she's run.
Yeah.
So yeah, as she comes visible.
I'll drop mine as well. I don't know how close we were. Let's pretend we were close. Can you, Croft? Can you click Michael's token, because I don't remember what it looked like from a close-up view.
That again, Michael?
What is it? Shift Z, Control Z. I think the token might have to be on the page. Maybe Shift Z, but you can
Well, what
drag
I
it on.
can do is I can.
This is like one of those
Available.
commands.
Yeah, I can now have it in everyone's journal.
Journal drop.
Oh, that's right. I remember. I loved this. I love this token. Very castles in the sky vibe. Big fan.
I really like the art style.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. All right, Michael, you or Brielle, you would see, because I haven't heard my alien companion yet. You would, I mean, you saw me from a distance from before. Like, you would see a dwarf, in rags, definitely, I mean, I guess, how many dwarves have you seen before? That's probably a fair question.
I probably, it depends on what the populace of Greyforge is like. As far as dwarves, but that would be the only dwarves that I had seen if there's any in Greyforge currently.
Maybe seen one or two.
Yeah, so not many. I know of dwarves. I know what they are.
Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, I probably haven't encountered a lot.
Yeah, so you see what you know is a dwarf, really thick as far as just like body mass, pushing 4'2" or something like that. You know, not small for like halfling size, but we're not scraping 5 feet. Has and Michael, I don't know if you've made mine visible yet. Like, you can make my journal available as well. Definitely has brown hair, brown beard, but what strikes you probably the most is on his face there are 2 what look like scars below his eyes that are bright blue, like clear from 20 feet away, like, oh, that's not a red scar, it's blue, and it's not like just a line, it's like almost splotches of blue. And similar to where you had tattoos all over your body in spots where skin is showing. It's not as prevalent as your tattoos are, but like you can see that there are hints of blue on his body that are completely in varying size. Some are just like big freckles, and some, like, you can see there is a probably a patch the size of his size of your hand on his chest, so kind of like scattered all over his body.
And do they look like ink, or do they look like something else?
They definitely look like something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It shines. It catches the light. Like if cloudy with a chance of dragons. I don't know if the sun shines here, but it sparkles.
Okay. Cool.
And I mean, if you're in rags, like, you made it out.
Yes, with some help. With some help.
Did the how would I have described what I saw of Preston Croft? I'm gonna say, did the creature. I think that's the fairest way to put it, because I only saw him for a second, right?
Yeah, you would have seen him for a second.
Yeah.
I'm so scared.
It definitely was nothing dragon-like.
Yeah,
You remember seeing?
his spider friend.
Yeah, you definitely saw his spider friend up close and personal. But that just looked like a giant spider.
Mhm.
But the other thing you definitely saw was lots of legs.
Yep.
Horrifying.
With some humanoid appearances as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him the creature because you know, the
At a
world's shattering
distance,
in a lot of ways for me.
yeah, it looked monstrous at a distance.
Yeah. Um, did the creature or its spider get you out, or how'd you escape?
No, an elf, the resistance, and I've been looking to see any sign of them. I, I don't know. We got split up, and she's looking around a little, like around you, like your servant, perhaps. Um,
Servant.
the
The floating thing, the metal
the
floating
construct.
thing. Yeah, that. Oh, not. I. You can probably tell me more about it than I can. Uh,
He
um,
immediately scans, like now, like not like realizing that they're not together. Like she does not want to lose that fucking construct.
You're
She immediately
uh,
just like eyes go
I'll,
wide and
I'll,
she's scanning
I'll,
everywhere.
I'll, as one often does, quietly, loudly, does a quiet, loud call.
stage whisper.
Um, yeah, stage whisper. Thank you.
Yeah.
Alien friend, uh, are you still, following? Jeez. Servants of Ulfried. Oh. And can you make his journal available, Michael?
I can. Did you just call me Michael?
Oh, damn it! Sorry.
Yeah,
That was bound.
yeah.
That was bound to happen. Yeah, that was bound to happen. It'll happen again too. You play
Has to
one
do it.
campaign for
Yeah.
4 years. That's
Just have to do it.
unfortunate.
What Liam always did on Critical Role. DM, just call you DM.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure I wasn't hearing things.
Nope, you didn't. My apologies.
Oh, man, big
Yeah.
metal.
I haven't seen the dragon in a while. Do you think we've lost it?
It landed close. We should keep moving. She looks to the big metal thing, and if need be, can you do what you did before? Can you vanish yourselves again? I can one more time as well, but we should move.
But listen, y'all aren't dragons, so in my book, you're you're good. So uh let's and we can see the forest line from here, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
you
basic
can.
grassland to
Yeah.
clear start of the forest.
It's not like an overcast night or anything. There is a little bit of light from like the stars and from like a little bit from the moon. Not so bright that you're like stick out like a sore thumb in the grasslands, but
Mm-hmm.
You can see well enough in the distance to know where the
Okay.
forest line, the tree line is.
If we can make it to the wood, we should be able to find a place to hole up and recover while we plan our next move.
Yes, and if we should look for others, either those that escaped or those that helped us escape. As I said, I spoke to one. Her name was Estelle, and she
She
knew
was an
the
elf.
yes, and she knew those that were coming to help.
Right. Yeah. Keep your eyes peeled, and I can take point. I'm the slowest, probably. Can't even imagine how fast I'll gesture to the alien construct. You could go if you wanted to. Scary.
Bam.
It's not.
Oh. If I see
Remember,
them,
guys. Yeah.
if I,
Okay.
if I see them vanish, I'll vanish too.
Yeah, you see them finish. I was just gonna say, remember, we don't have automatic spells knocking off. Like
Yeah.
burn,
Yeah.
So
Yep. Same here, man.
I got
It's
a
pretty
couple left
smart.
after vanishing again. But yeah, I'll vanish again, and then we can start moving.
okay, you guys will
Head for the tree line. I'll try and maybe knock some grass every now and then so we don't lose the line. But I'm headed. I'm gonna pick out a star that seems, a nice perpendicular above the trees, and headed for that one. And shout if you need help, or definitely call out if you see the dragon.
She gives a thumbs up. Just kidding.
Nobody.
While you all are invisible and trying to make the last trek from those open grasslands into the tree line, I'm gonna jump over to our solitary member and see what's going on with Preston,
Ah,
his character.
so we were in our cart. Dragon flew away, ran to a tree, hid in the tree, waited for a little while, watched the dragon fly around. Did they kick the spider off of the cart that it was on? Did they
Yeah,
just...
they would have. They would have.
Nice. Okay, so we're gonna wait until the dragon is off flying around, maybe investigating someone else. We're gonna run over and spend about a minute basically resurrecting the spider. So I have my friend back,
Get your friend back.
and then we're gonna run back to the tree, and then everything else follows suit. Dragon flies around. Whenever it goes south, we go northwest a little bit, and we tree hop, shrub hop, try to stay out of sight, be stealthy, careful,
You'll be
and
just reference to the other party meta. You'll be moving a little bit slower than them since you're doing like tree hopping,
Totally
waiting for the dragon to not be around when you're doing it. Eventually, an hour will pass as you're doing this, and you know what happens after an hour.
Yeah.
Right?
Key phrase. Yes, sir.
Okay. That
That's all I
happens.
needed.
what are you? Is there anything you're changing after that happens?
I don't think there's anything I have to change
Okay.
because I'm.
So you're moving. You said kind of northwest by westish.
Yeah, still
Uh,
moving like. Yeah, kind of towards where the old guy basically said. Run to the forest. We have or whatever rendezvous spot, and hoping. I guess I just dumb luck find it,
Okay.
and or hear somebody or see somebody as I'm walking through. Off in the distance, maybe. You know, random torchlight, firelight, or just something.
Okay. Just keeping your eyes peeled.
Yeah, keep my eyes peeled. I think I know it's dark, but dark vision and stuff. So I think I'd probably be checking around, seeing uh like any tracks or anything that would indicate that somebody's been through here, maybe recently.
Give me a survival check as you
Yes,
are looking for tracks.
I believe I have also. Oh, that just gives me. Oh, nope. Okay. I'm sorry. What did you say? Survival?
Survival. Yep. As you're looking for tracks. So this would be a bit of time. So even after, because you waited around at the tree for a bit, and then you're taking a little bit of time to travel. Looking for spots when the dragon isn't flying overhead, tree hopping. So this would probably be hour and a half ish after combat ended. Um, you would find a series of kind of parting of like some of the grass, because this grass isn't like super short or anything. It's not like a manicured lawn, but it's also not like neck high tall grass. But you see some parted pathways, and you see what looks to be at least one small one and then one large parted path with decent footprints. Of you can only imagine somebody very tall and large. But also, these aren't like normal boot prints or anything like that. They're very uniform.
Okay. Um.
At least of the
Yeah.
large set.
Yeah. I think the large. I don't. I think the large set would be more curious, but I don't know if I would have a better reason to go either direction,
You
other than
notice that
just, oh, that looks weird.
they're going the same direction.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we would follow those. I will say when I was in the tree,
Hmm.
the one cart was probably still on fire or starting to just burn out. Did it look like they like tried to collect anything, like items off the ground or anything, or did they pretty much just like pack up and go?
You did notice one dragonborn grab some items from the last card.
Okay.
It might have been meta, somebody who was asking about a specific dragonborn through the fire that they technically couldn't see. Maybe was doing that.
That
Uh,
ass. Oh, that's bullshit.
And he would have taken the third cart and left. So the only cart that would have been left would have been the burned one with the dead giant lizard. They would have
Okay.
left most of the dead as well.
Cool. Yeah, that's just for future reference. I think just to know if there was still stuff on the ground to go back and find, or if we have to go hunting. Cool. Yeah, so we'll follow those two like kind of parted grass paths a little bit and cautiously move forward, not to draw attention to ourselves from the skies above, but also not to startle anybody that may be up ahead, but also listening for any conversation or visually seeing if there's anybody around. Because I don't really, old guy didn't really say any specific directions for like how to find rendezvous points, but maybe there are some markings on trees or some other, maybe some rocks from the resistance that could be hanging out randomly out here.
You
Fishing. We're fishing.
Let's roll a perception check, and but you're still like in the open grasslands, and
Okay.
like you said, you're not sure what you're looking for even. But yeah, go ahead and give me a general perception as you're kind of giving lay of the area. You don't notice anything like that, but you do still occasionally, as you're kind of moving forward, tree hopping, you will see the dragon every now and then flying in the distance, sometimes getting a little bit closer, and then you would like stay under a tree for a little bit longer. Continue to fly around. But aside from that, keeping on the path.
Yeah, yep, just following, trying to get closer to the woods and follow the path and see if the trail footprints I found are fresh enough to be other people that escaped and or not the resistance, but whoever was trying to help whoever else in the caravan. Searching for that rendezvous spot.
All right. Jump back to our trio of invisible peoples. Get another round of perceptions from y'all as you're moving through the grasslands.
Been waiting for you to ask. Hell yeah.
Riel, ever the perceptive one. Yeah, me and Belgon, you're just staying dead set on getting focused on getting to the woods. Brielle's keeping her eyes peeled a little bit more. And yeah, you will notice that that dragon comes back every so often. And you don't seem to be losing it. But doesn't seem to know exactly where you are either. And like you saw before, it comes and lands distance back. Somewhere you could maybe assume along the trail you were walking. Gets back up, starts flying, and circles, closer and closer to your area.
Yeah, when I see one of them or like get a glimpse of where one of them are, like I'll try to get as close as possible. It's tracking our scent. We need to find a way to get rid of it. And I mean, she'll scan. Obviously, like we're trying to get to the woods, but like a river or anything to like dip our scent. I don't think there's not much that she can do at current. But
you don't see anything like a river or a pond. It is very much grasslands with scattered trees.
Yeah, that was my worry as well.
There might be something in the woods.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say in response. Our only hope is the woods, and then we can, find something there to mix our scent into.
Yeah, just got to keep trying to get our ways to the woods at this point.
Yeah.
Clue them in at least that it's still very much tracking us.
Yeah.
As you guys are getting very close to the woods now, you're all minus Preston at this moment. To roll me a stealth check. You are invisible, so you have advantage.
Jeez.
Uh,
E.
that would be 13. Okay. Brielle,
Good luck, Brielle. Godspeed to you.
you carrying over
Remember us.
your perception. Notice the dragon has stopped doing circular patrols and is on a more direct trailing behind your guys' exact trail. Not caught up yet, and it's still really high up in the sky. Like you can see its silhouette against the stars. The force is within a mile.
We're within a mile now.
Within a mile.
Is she? I mean, she's. It has us. We're made. How fast can you move?
Yeah, I mean, as I'm going, can I like peer into my sack to see if there's anything
You can feel into
at
your
all
sack.
in there? Can't peer with my dark vision.
It's invisible.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can't
duh.
see it.
I didn't think about that. Okay, it was stupid. What I said was stupid.
You could feel into your sack. You're not familiar with it enough to know what exactly is in there. Aside from what I said earlier, but
Yeah, I mean, in like the meta wise, I like. She would say we could just try to like curl up into a fucking ball, but it's just gonna sniff us out. And
Yeah, no,
and I think she sees those two like they're not like very good at moving, even invisibly. They're still moving some brush every once in a while. Like she thinks it's gonna sniff us out, and it'll probably be able to find us. So I think she thinks like let's fucking bolt. We might be able to lose it if we're under the trees.
sprint to the trees. Yeah, agreed.
sprinting to the trees. Hoof
And
it.
they can probably actually outpace me if they've got long strider gun. Which might be okay. I might be able to move a little quieter behind them.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, let us do the noise, and then you'll be like, I'm just gonna lag behind a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you guys are hoofing it, after a bit, Brielle, you'll, maybe looking back every now and then, trying to keep an eye on the dragon. Notice it get lower and lower. So eventually, it lands about 1,000 feet back, sniffing the ground, and it's just, you can see like its blue eyes in the distance, and maybe a little bit of its white scales reflecting the starlight. And it reminds you almost of like some predator start prowling.
Waiting to pounce. Yeah.
You almost get this moment where it feels like it sees you, or it's at least looking directly in your direction. And you in the sense of you and your party.
Yeah.
And it's not, doesn't appear to be rushing actually. It's just going at an even pace.
I'm rushing. I'll tell you that. Oh, that's so scary.
While you guys are booking it to the woods, let's cut over to our solitary member again,
Hello.
spider friend. Some ways ahead of you, you do notice the dragon change pattern, and on a dead set towards the woods, like no longer circling straight line, and it's a few miles away for you. You will notice it land somewhere and not fly back up. It's a little bit too far away to get any more detail than that, but you will notice that.
Okay. Can I see what direction it's like? I mean, it lands and then does it seem to be moving?
It looks like it's moving, with it being low to the horizon for you at this point. It's a little hard to see its exact movements, but
Okay.
you might be able to assume it's moving in a straight line towards the woods.
Okay. Oh. I want to. How far away is this? Nope. Move at somewhat of an angle to where the dragon is. So I want to kind of like curve around.
So not like at it, but like kind of ahead of it or behind it.
Yeah, like if I was like if it wasn't moving and I was trying to get ahead of it, I would take like a curving route around. I mean, granted, it's probably moving, but yeah, it's kind of really arcing to try to like get a better visual and figure out which direction it's going, and then figure out like what it's actually doing since now it's landed and isn't circulating in the sky anymore. And so I would do that for probably, I don't know, 50 feet, 100 feet until I felt like I could see, basically until I could get almost like maybe not completely parallel to it, but enough to where I could see like head, tail, and see which direction it's facing, and then see if I could tell if its legs were like moving
Okay,
in a certain direction.
Give me a perception check as you inch closer. You can definitely tell it's moving, but it's not like sprinting or jaunting or anything. And this sort of behavior is more familiar to you than anybody else. Very predatory.
Okay.
Very much hunting with purpose. Like, how a lion might prowl in the tall grass.
Yeah.
It seems locked on something.
I need to check this out. Okay. Roughly, how far away would you say I am from the dragon?
Are you continuing to inch closer, or do you stop at it?
Yeah. Still circling, but maybe I'm narrowing.
Okay.
Because I guess my goal now would be, okay, it's tracking something. Chances are, if it didn't like me taking the cart, it's probably after somebody else that was probably in that caravan. And And so if there's a way I can, if I can get a certain distance, I might be able to do something to distract it, which would then give me the ability to then maybe run ahead of where it was trying to go to meet up with maybe the rendezvous point or other things that it was after.
You would be about in between 2 and 3 miles. It's grasslands, so you can see far.
Okay.
And with the light, like the starlight, you can catch glimpses of its decent-sized body, and with your dark vision too. But you're not close. It is like, a dot, like a little thing on the horizon for you.
Okay.
I remember you telling me you carried black powder on you at all times, right, Preston?
Yeah, see, I did, but it got put in this certain cart, and that cart's exploded, so...
We'll never know who did that.
Unfortunately. Oh, gosh. I wish I could delay a spell. That'd be so cool.
You can at, insanely high levels.
Double delayed fireball.
Yeah. This is a rare situation where it actually would work really well.
Yeah, but then Croft is gonna be like, "Give me your components," said no DM ever. I'm gonna be like, "What are those?"
What?
When you're
Those
a prisoner.
What's a component?
When you're a prisoner.
Yeah, that prisoner detail sucked. Bad.
Yeah. Gosh. I just continue at this point. We're just gonna continue kind of moving. Again, probably more narrowing, seeing that how far away I am. Being like, I've got to at least get a little bit closer, a little bit quicker. And yeah. It's gonna be, and I think, with me being, if I'm a mile or two away, then I'll probably just be dashing, sprinting. Probably not worried about stealth too much because I'm so far away.
Okay.
Until I get, I don't know, within kind of that roughly a mile-ish, maybe half a mile-ish, where I feel like sound actually might matter.
Okay. Noted. So you're picking up the pace.
Yeah.
All right. Jump back to invisible party that's being hunted. You're basically at the tree line. You've been running for a second. If one of you ever looks back, that thing is still there. You can see its blue eyes in the distance, slowly encroaching on you. But you are at the tree line now. And you have maybe 5 minutes left of invisibility.
How far can we tell, like, how far south and north the tree line goes? Like, is it miles and miles, or like, just looking at the map, it's like, it seems like we're almost at the southeast corner.
North, it definitely stretches for miles. Like,
okay.
South, you would notice that it would, like, curve, start the curves westward, south and west. That it would, like, look like, there's gaps or it ends.
Can I, like, just scan the immediate area for any signs of, like, movement through here? like anything left behind by any other like survivors, etc.
How are you doing it as soon as you get in? A little bit ways in?
Yeah, like I wanted to like my first is trying to get in. I think just get into cover. So just like as I'm like running, I guess. So like when I'm in sight, like start like scanning the area and then kind of continue as I go. Like maybe it can potentially direct the direction we're going if I see something. I don't
Yeah.
know, survival or perception, either.
Survival or perception. They might give you different things. Anybody who's in the invisible party is welcome to participate
See
as
if I
well.
I'm gonna make a survival check to see if I can see anything that I think could like lose our scent.
Okay.
Like whether it's particular brush or bushes or berries or animals, just anything that's like, oh, to mask, or even if it's mud, just to mask our smell.
You guys get in a little bit of ways, like 50 feet or so. You're looking around, you're scanning, just trying to find anything. You're seeing mostly, small brush, branches, bunch of leaves, kind of undergrowth. Because I've always, like, Michael, tell me if I'm wrong, I've always managed the Lamnic as like a very dense forest, right?
Yes, it's like in my brain, like Fangorn vibes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
No trees, then trees all of a sudden.
Yeah,
exactly. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. So there's a lot of growth. So you don't so a lot of the ground is covered by various vegetation. So you're not seeing like mud or necessarily like any berries or anything like that immediately. But you get a little ways in and you do find a small, like, couple feet wide stream with like muddy banks.
All over that shit.
And it runs kind of. Let's see. It's coming. It runs. Let me orient it. Yeah, kind of northwest to southeast, and then it
Southeast.
kind of curves, kind of up
Okay.
actually. You kind of come to it at a bend, and it's flowing. The downstream eventually goes northeast. Yeah, like that.
Has our invisibility dropped? I'm guessing by this point, or is it?
It's within a minute.
I don't know if I would know that, but I would probably just drop it so they can see what I'm doing, and I'm gonna get all up in this stream. I'm leaving my dragon bag and items outside of it, but gonna roll around for a good solid 30 seconds probably, and yeah,
classic
try and get it.
dwarven shower situation.
Yeah, have a new scent, hopefully.
Yeah, I'll follow suit. Power word kill.
Instant long rest.
Use your ember power.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you trying to just whisper me a message, or
/W.
/W?
Yeah, I think it's /W space GM And a GM should pop up. Yeah.
Or DM. Either
DM.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, DM.
Yeah. The question mark / button.
Yeah. /W.
Doing it to mimic versus anything else. Yeah.
Could be.
You know,
Who knows what sent the dragon cop?
Who's to say?
Okay. You're all lathered up in mud.
Hell yeah.
as we're doing it, I'll realize. Well, I didn't ask. What do I call you?
Talking to me or the
Both
big guy?
probably, but I'll start with you, the humanoid.
Yeah, just slapping this freaking mud all over herself and like locks eyes, and this one is Brielle. Kind of like
Brielle, and I'll hold my hand out. Belgond. Do you speak Dwarvish? Out of curiosity.
no.
Okay. Never mind. And what about you? What do we call you? An alien. I'll hold out my hand, like I did with Brielle, and say, "Nice to meet you, Mimi Sex. I'm Belgond. Will, does your character speak Dwarvish? You would know that the word Belgond means pledge in Dwarvish.
What's it mean in Elvish?
Means Belgond. Which way do we want to? Sorry, Will, I didn't hear you. My bad. Oh.
There's a dog.
Which way? We could try and make for the crossing, but the dragon might expect it. Maybe we go into the woods a ways and see if we can lose it before doubling back. I might have some connections. I guess before I even say that, Croft, do we have a sense of reference for where we are? Or is it like we're in grassland, we see trees, we kind of assume it's the Lamnac, but it's like, who knows exactly where?
I would say you, at least, would definitely know
Okay.
this is the Lamnic. Where in the Lamnic?
Okay.
You know you're not at the
TBD.
northern tip. Like, you know you're not
Yeah.
all the way north. But
Okay.
you're not sure how far south you are.
Got it. Okay. What do y'all think? We could head further into the wood to try and lose it, and then maybe at daybreak I've spent some time in the Lamnic, not much, but maybe in day I could get a better bearing of where we are, and we can see where our path leads next.
Yes, I'd rather be lost within than on the outskirts with that. Yeah.
All right, then.
Happy to just go in deep.
Yeah, that's That's what I'm thinking. Not knowing, especially with it being dark, I'd say we go west, maybe a little southwest. Knowing we don't want to go north. At a certain point, if this is the eastern edge of the Lamnik, then at a certain point we want to hit the southern edge, and so yeah, we'll go in.
Right. Guys. Continue your journey into the Lamnik. Hoping you have
Lamnik.
thwarted.
What madness drove them in there?
Hoping you may have lost your pursuer with your new muddy facade.
We totally did. I was crushing that.
Back to Preston. Following, you eventually will get to the point where you're basically like parallel to the dragon at the tree line, just like between a half mile and a mile south of it. And it's kind of stopped at the tree line. It didn't go in.
Okay. I think I'm going to stay parallel and just keep moving towards the tree line.
You're like at the tree line right now.
Oh, well then we'll go in the
You're
tree
like,
line.
okay, so
Into
you're
the
going
forest.
into the forest. Okay. All right. Any particular thing you're doing once you're inside the forest?
I think just more of the same of trying to clock where the dragon was looking, or at least kind of where it just generally pointed at, and then try to like make my way to an intersect point somewhere if there was a straight line from dragon to wherever.
Sure. Make me a survival check. You're trying to triangulate, coordinate. 10. Okay. With how dense the Lamnik is, it's a little hard to know exactly where he was looking at from, or she was looking at from her perspective. But you get a general idea as if you continue ahead west by northwest, you might stay on that track. But you're not like ironclad in this.
Yeah. But a hunch is better than nothing, so we'll keep moving forward that direction.
Anything else you're keeping an eye out for, or anything you're trying to do?
There's not much I'm trying to do besides just try to figure out where other creatures might be, for better or worse. So
Any
yeah,
creatures?
any good or bad, questionable,
Okay. You
just
can give
anything.
me just anything at all. Anything that
Yeah.
moves.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a perception or survival. Depending on what you use, you might get different things.
Ooh. Let's do perception.
Okay.
Oh, we wiped our
Well-
feet, Michael. That was
Look
easy.
for
I'm maybe a dwarf, but I have, some manners.
clean Woodman. You will probably the most distinct thing you might find or hear first is like the hooting of an owl.
Okay.
And eventually, like kind of like looking around, scanning, you'll eventually look back where you knew the dragon was, and she is gone. You could barely kind of see it between the the varying trees at this point, but you have lost sight. Zovathrix.
Huh.
But you do hear the hooting of an owl.
Can I tell which direction the hooting's from?
West. Deeper in.
Let's go west.
Okay.
They'll either meet resistance or have dinner. One of the two.
Yeah, and if it continues to hoot when I feel like I'm somewhere around 100 feet, I want to send my little familiar out to investigate.
Small one, right?
Yeah, baby spider.
Baby spider. Okay. So you trying to get closer to the source of this owl hooting.
Correct.
Send
Or
out,
what sounds like an owl.
or it sounds like an owl. You send out a little baby spider, and it continues. Are you just sending it out, letting it find it, or are you going into it?
I would be going into it.
Going into it.
Up to the like 100-foot range.
Okay. You keep following it, and it keeps seeming to be the same distance, and yet you are not finding the owl. Like it is staying, the sound is staying the same distance away.
Okay.
All's coming from inside the house.
I'm gonna leave my familiar form back to my like big person form. Could I interpret this as some sort of signal? Maybe not necessarily an owl, but maybe from my past I've had similar run-ins with whether it be animal sounds or, I mean, I already mentioned like markings on rocks or trees, but from an audible standpoint.
Insight with advantage.
Do, 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 do.
You do one thing you do kind of recall. This is not the first time you've come across something like this, but you're kind of trying to remember when the last time.
Yeah.
But this is not the first time.
He's gonna stand there, think about it, listening to the owl, and he's just gonna look up and he's just gonna he's gonna hoot back.
Do you speak owl?
That depends.
Can you speak owl and not know you speak owl?
I am kidding. You will get a response back of a slight rhythmic hooting, as if acknowledging your hoot hoot.
Oh. I'll walk in that direction.
Okay.
Hoping that was some sort of confirmational hoot.
Let's get as you follow the hooting of the owl. Let's jump back towards our other party who has just recently muddied themselves up and are heading. You said westward, right?
It's west southwest ish.
West
Yep.
southwest-ish. Okay. From the stream that you muddied yourselves up in, you move west southwest-ish. Eventually coming across another stream. Very similar to the one you crossed before. Keep moving in that direction. Come across another stream. Just like that one that you crossed before.
Time. Take a 30 and do some investigating, because while I'm not a survivalist, I'm not a ranger. I have been in the Lamb Neck a little bit. They look the same, these streams?
That bend in the stream was very
Yeah.
odd. And every time you come across it, it's the same bend.
Yeah.
Comes from the northwest, comes down, and then goes up to northeast.
Okay.
Bad. It's bad.
What kind of check can I immediately think we are in some sort of mirage or loop somehow. What check can I make to see if I can confirm that, or maybe if it can recall some sort of spell, or if I've read about something like this, especially with dragons?
I would say either history or arcane might get you different things.
I hate rolling with the advantage already up, because it's such a kidney punch every time. It's like, oh well,
Could have
that's
been.
what a 19 on the die would have looked like.
Oof.
Instead of a 6 on the die.
It could have been. It could have been good. Yeah, I mean, something definitely seems not right.
Yeah.
But you can't quite think of. You haven't had too many
What it could be.
interactions. And you've been in the Lamnic Woods before, and you haven't had an interaction with it before. This is the first time you've experienced something like this while you've been in the Lamnic.
Maybe we try changing our direction. I don't know how we could keep looping back to this spot. We try to head south directly. See what that does.
Seems fine.
Unisex. Like that. Mm-hmm. I like that. That's pretty cool.
Take the time to ritually cast detect magic. Oh, that's fancy. Just for free? That's cool.
Wait, so hang on. Where did you pull your spell book out to do this? I'm trying to get at, did you open that trunk to get your spell book? Like, cause you're still carrying that thing, right? Okay. Oh. Okay. Never mind. Never mind then. If you were opening the trunk, that will spawn some RP, but not with us being caught. Not with us being caught in an arcane maze and a dragon on our tail.
Cool.
To me, it seems worth it.
Detecting magic. 30 feet around. You don't get a sense of a general, like, magic everywhere. Like, as if this were, like, a hallucinatory terrain. Or something. It's not something like that. You just kind of catch some wisp in the air, and if you were to concentrate trying to find the school of magic, you might catch like maybe a mixture of illusion and conjuration, but nothing super definitive. There's something definitely going on, but it's so ethereal, it's hard to really pinpoint. Yeah, outside of anything you've heard of.
I'll since we have stopped, I'll like open my dragonborn sack and ask if there's anything magical in there.
The gem.
Interesting. I'll hold up my little piece of copper wire.
I totally forgot that was in there.
Copper wire. You look at the gem more closely now, and it is a emerald.
What kind?
Kind of emerald?
A magic
So,
one.
like, yeah.
It seems
So-
like as far as Mimi is able to tell, there is magic generating from it.
I'm gonna try and attune. Oh, I guess that's an hour. Damn.
Yeah, that'll take an hour.
Yeah. No, we gotta figure out the maze first before doing housekeeping. Ooh. It's interesting.
That I think that would depend on your knowledge of dragons, which you could make a history check on, or a yeah. I
It
mean,
could be.
you know the dragon that's following you is a white dragon. Chromatic. And what you would roll history check to see what you know about whites and how they might be connected with gems.
That's racist.
You know whites are not psionic. And the gems of the Imperium typically have psionic powers. So there's reason to assume that no, it may not be tracking the gem. Or it may not have it. This specific dragon may not have that there's a good chance it probably doesn't have that capability. And you would know whites in particular are known for hunting. They
Strong
enjoy
blood
it.
dragon. We've been prioritizing correctly, I believe. So don't sweat it. Things breathing down our necks. All right, let's try. Yeah, let's try going south and see what that does. If we're able to explore a new. How often would you say we've come back to this spot? Like, is it every 10 minutes? Is it every hour?
Every few minutes, less than 10, and this
Okay,
is
so
exactly the
real
third
quick.
time you've passed it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then we're trying south now, and we'll know within 5 to 10 minutes whether we worked or nope, we have a problem.
You go south, and
Okay.
eventually you come back to the same bend from a different angle, though, this time.
Are the sticks still there on the ground?
The sticks are not there.
Oh, interesting.
That's real interesting.
So we don't have necessarily like an effect on this area.
Yeah. I'm just gonna try and pinch myself awake real quick.
Hurry, punch me.
Yeah.
So I've not been in the Lamnic before. I've been in the Labyrinth Wilds. And to me, this sounds like some Fey bullshit. To me, Michael. There's some, overlap there. I don't know. I only spent like a year there. I don't know. I don't necessarily know if an Arcana check would help the situation. Like, I feel like we kind of know everything that we can about it.
It's worth a try.
Do you want to make some sort of check, Michael?
Yeah, I think just like searching her mind. I think Arcana, maybe whether it's something that she knows specifically or something that she's talked with someone about.
Thinking about
Thinking specifically about the Labyrinth Woods and like the
Fey trickery.
Fey trickery is kind of her touch point, I guess I should say. I'll give it a go. Little arcane action, and I'll throw a d6 on that after I see the result of 12, thinking if I can get a 6, 18 feels good.
Heck, even a 3 on that d6 would feel
Yeah,
better.
let's see. 4?
Sometimes in the Fey Wilds, at least in your experience in the Labyrinth Wilds, when you get lost and you feel like you see the same thing over and over again, the best thing to do is just to follow the flow.
Go the way of the water.
This is back to the dragon.
It's moving.
Right, that basically would have us doing a 180 back northeast, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you follow the river, stream.
She'll say like, I don't think we are where we think we are.
We want to go for the rest first. I know we're all tapped.
I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm feeling fresh. Running into the dragon will make a difference.
Yes, you're both able to cast invisibility, like that's not nothing. Maybe I don't know. I don't feel strongly. I guess to me, if I'm thinking through worst case scenarios, we follow the flow, and the dragon's sitting there waiting for us, and we're screwed. Or if we wait, I mean, we're in the heart's the wrong word, but like we're far enough into the woods. We're a mile or two in, I would imagine at this point at least, or we think we are, air quotes. That like it's dense enough that dragon either has to aerial bomb directly our spot, or we'd hear it, through the trees, right?
Are you asking me?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, you feel like you would know, like, if the dragons get close, hopefully.
Yeah. Once again, if with the weirdness going on, we don't know. There's a chance we don't know, but as best we can see, if it were to come through the trees, we maybe have some warning. I don't know. If y'all want to go, I'll go with you. But
I think she thinks that this isn't the dragon's doing, and so that if we try and go through wherever it is we are, that I think she thinks, and she's not 100% sure, so like but she's thinking that we'll come out somewhere and it might not be where we came in. But even if we do, I don't think she thinks we're gonna like walk out and immediately be in the maw of the beast either. Like, I think the same that you're saying, like, we know if the dragon was coming in, I think we'll know if we're walking into the dragon's face.
That's true. That makes sense. I was only bringing it up because we seem, big emphasis on seem, to have a moment to at least short rest, even if that makes a difference. It does not really for me that much.
Doesn't do anything for me either.
So like it was just like, well, the bird in the hand of we could go for the rest now versus the bird, two in the bush of we walk out in a completely new place and it's safer and we know we can rest, or we're into another danger and we're tapped.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to wait 8 hours in this weird time loop. That I'm more afraid of that because I'd rather make progress into the junk, like into the woods, because if we're only an hour in or even less, then that thing stumbles its way in. That worries me. Like I want to make progress away from it.
Okay, then that pushed me over the edge. Mimi Sex / Will. Any thoughts? Okay, so stopping. Yeah. Okay, cool. Y'all have persuaded me. All right, then. Let's follow the flow.
Give it a go.
Okay. You all follow the stream till you come to a small clearing in which the stream empties into a large pond. And in this pond, there is a small island at its center with a half-rotted wooden plank bridge that extends to the shore of the pond. And on this rotted, run-down hovel of a house, and that's where we're gonna end.